Jam-packed pro-Dominican crowd here at Lone Depot Park in Miami. Just about set for first pitch. Team USA has the road team in this map. Bobby Witt Jr. leads off, and then Bryce Harper, even though he's struggled so far in the WBC, stays in there and bats second. Aaron Judge, the captain, is the three-hitter.
He's been waiting for a long time to play for his country, and he's healthy, and he can be very dominant. I don't think he'll have a long lead. Tonight's going to be crucial.
Witt fouls it off. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Mark DeRosa
that in multiple ways.
He gets Witt for the first out of the night, using that pitch. Back-to-back strikeouts for Luis Severino to start tonight's game. 16 runs the last 3 games, though. Judge lines the ball into left field and a base hit. Just got it over Perdomo. Timed up that fastball and gives the Americans their first base runner.
Well, in a game like
steamrolling effect that you figured it would in this lineup. That ball almost, and it does, hit Schwarber. Sweeps so far inside that it hits him. And there you go.
It's that extra pressure.
2-1. Chopper off of the hands, and an easy one for Marte. Scoreless first inning for Luis Severino. The Dominicans, they come. It's a who's who of sluggers across Major League Baseball. Tatis, Marte, Soto, Vlad Guerrero Jr. bats cleanup. Manny Machado's the 5-hitter.
Keeping these guys off balance.
Tatis, it's a fly ball to left field for Roman Anthony. Had him off balance with the sweeper to get the night's first out. Here's his 0-1. Marte lays off. Go up to 95 pitches at the. Is 1-1. Popped up into shallow right field. 2 hitters, both of them off balance. Routine for Bryce Turang, 2 out.
In the first 2 to 3 at bats, he'll take the first pitch. I would be nervous ascribing.
And a 1-1 from Paul Skenes. Juan Soto pulls it on the ground. Diving stop by Bryce Turang. 1-2-3 first, Paul Skenes. Highlight play. It's Will Smith to start the second. Strike 1. 98. Is much more efficient pitcher as Smith pokes this one to right field, tails away from Tatis and nestles in for a leadoff base hit. So the Dodger catcher back in the line. And Cal Raleigh. Raleigh doesn't have a hit in this tournament. Will Smith's spot here, down 0-2 against Severino. And it takes strike 3 at the knees. Third one for Severino, 1 gone in the second. 2 more than a decade in. Turang on the ground to second, could be 2, 4, 6, 3, a double play. And a scoreless second for Luis Severino.
A lead hitter.
Chops him down to third, and a tough play right there, and a good one by Gunnar Henderson to get Guerrero. Got that.
Afraid of contact. If you're not afraid of contact, you can still get out. Some people would face this lineup trying to strike out as many as they can to stay.
Machado's down on 3 pitches. 99 to the corner, 2 out. Caminero leans out, sends a drive to deep left field. It is gone. Junior Caminero makes his mark again. And they've got the first run in this semifinal. Julio Rodriguez. So how much star power there is in this lineup. He's hitting 7th. On the ground to second, Turang. That'll do it for the Dominican Republic, but they draw first blood.
To do so much, or maybe not feeling right mechanically, and it's a cruel game.
Allowed from that Dominican Penal tournament. Bro Armstrong's down on strikes, and Luis Severino, who got less swing and miss than any pitcher in the American League last year. Second look at Severino here. There's the speed, there's the arm. We know about the slashes a line drive to left center field. It's down for a base hit in front of Soto. The 1-out single for Bob. Pulls one down the line, and a base hit for Bryce Harper. Tatis over to dig it out. Witt stopped at third. Throw to second offline.
You got Aaron Judge with a base open. You really can't play the infield in because he hits it so hard. It's kind of a moot point, so they're going to play back. Guarantee it. Wow. Fouled it off his body. He hit it so hard, it looked like a normal ground ball to. But
the 2-2. Judge takes ball 3. Witt at third, Harper at second. Strike 1 on Schwarber. Out in the third, 2 on, 2 out, and a 2-2. Right there for strike 3. Severino with a roar. USA. And it was Wells that had the walk-off home run against Korea. He's down on strikes here for the first out of the third.
Interesting to see how that next inning goes for him.
Ricardo Perdomo, who's the best bunter in baseball these days, shows it. And he gets hit by this 2-strike pitch. And the table set for the top of the order as Skenes hits Perdomo.
Bury this pitch, and he did bury it, and unfortunately, into a cleat.
So Perdomo. This is what we've seen more in this tournament, and granted it's a tiny sample size, but much more discipline. Not running. Tatis bounces it down to third. Henderson guns to second for 1. Over to first, not in time. Tatis on with a fielder's choice. Juan Soto, Bobby Witt, and then Ketel Marte, who shows off that bat with a base hit to right. Tatis heads for third. Throw from Judge. Right there. He's gone. Judge, touchdown Tatis. I think the elbow's just fine.
And I'll tell you what, he threw it on the fly. A strike. The easiest one to tag. And a huge moment for.
A lot of information from him here. The 9th pitch, turns on it, sends a fly ball to right center field. Gunnar Henderson has tied it up. Rosa pushes the right button, pushing Gunnar Henderson into the lineup.
Yeah.
And this time of year, maybe a catch.
Absolutely. In this kind of game,
yeah,
there's so much emotion. Ignore it.
Will Smith cranks the ball to left center field. Juan Soto's on the run, tracks it down. And that's given up just 1 run in 22 innings in this tournament. Gregory Soto, a couple of appearances accounting for part of a tie game. A 2-0 pitch. Just inside, ball 3. Join the red, white, and blue. Fly ball right center field. Rodriguez and Tatis going back. It is gone. Roman Anthony gives the U.S. the lead. Well, the one that got away for Team Italy. And a pretty. Terang's out in front. Soto gets a strikeout. 2 gone in the 4th. 70-30 Mexico fans. What do you think this is tonight? Little cue shot that knuckles by Soto, and Pico Armstrong's aboard. My goodness. Strike 2 on Witt. 2-2 pitch. There goes Cole Armstrong. A swing and a miss, and strike 3. Second time Witt has gone down on. Waits on this 2-0 pitch. Pulls it to right field at Judge. He's got it. Aaron Judge comes off his feet and makes the play.
Oh, he's not just an offensive machine. We've seen his defense, his arm, and the way that he can cover the ground. Look, this guy's played center field.
The 1-1 to him. Along third and foul. He hit .397. Impressive thing was just the well-roundedness of his game, his base running, and his defense too.
Yeah, everything was. And for his team to stay healthy.
That's a base hit down the left field line. He hit it low, but he hit it so hard that it scoots by Roman Anthony. 116 miles per hour racing to the left field wall.
Now that's again, and he just gets the barrel of the bat to it. A lot of people in the analytical world may want him to drive and lift more pitches. No.
Banged up the middle, smothered by Witt. It'll be a hit for Machado, but it saves a run. Skenes delivers 1-1 and a ground ball to short. 6-4. Oh, Terang had it pop out. They get the out at 6.
This ball was hit on a 3-hopper right to short, and he just tried to be a little too quick.
One pitch. Strike 2. 2 from Paul Skenes. He hit him. Hit him on the wrist. It's the second batter that Skenes has hit with. Sky high to left field and routine for Roman Anthony. The Dominican Republic leaves the bases loaded. Paul Skenes is out of it. Over there having a great time, and the environment in this building figure infuses them with some of that as well. Harper flies out to left on the first pitch, and Mark DeRosa
Bat rack.
high drive center field. Rodriguez going back. Did he get enough? He did not, because Julio.
Bat almost to first base. Watch this. He knows he's got it pretty good. He's got the bat in his hand the whole time, so there's maybe just a little doubt.
Got it. Schwarber on the ground, past Marte, 2-out base hit. Yeah, you got to have a full catalog of those. Yeah. Ball 1 on Henderson.
To pay attention to him.
Up along first, that's fair ball, and Guerrero steps on the bag to end the inning and set some
Inning. It's happened once or twice.
Rocks and fires an 0-1. Perdomo fouls it off, and it's 0-2. This woman popped into left center field. See who wants it. It's Anthony, and it's for some guys you're going to season-long effect of that. You do it too many times. Tatis hustling, bare hand throw, but wide. Tatis with an infield hit. Tatis leaning again, but not running. Line drive, base hit left center field. PCA cuts it off. Tatis hangs on.
Wow, I thought Tatis easily had.
Bouncing ball towards the middle. Witt to the bag, off balance, throw for a double play. Got it on the ground and got 2. DeRosa was going to choose to start. Down in a high pitch. 1 gone in the 6th. And it brings up Roman Anthony. 1-2. Here comes Brazob. It's in there. Strike 3. Sinker dives back to the inside edge. Big swing and a miss from Terang. 76. 0 for 2 in the semi. And down 0-2 here.
Man, he has been.
From the Air Force Academy and is a captain in the Air Force Reserves, but a pretty darn good pitcher in the major leagues as well.
Changeup.
Guerrero doubled his last time. Takes in the dirt for ball 1. Slash to right center field. Pico Armstrong gliding to the track. He's there. Makes it look easy. This year is complete. His 8th season with the Padres coming up. Wraps it on the ground to short. Backhand Witt from the outfield grass. A BB for out number 2. Caminero. Line drive center field. Hangs up for Pico Armstrong, and Griffin jacks 7 pitches to retire. PCA sends a fly ball to center field. Rodriguez won't have to work quite as hard for this one. 1 gone in the 7th. Still in Great Britain. Only 2 of them tonight, with the pitty available for the championship. Witt's down on strikes for the 3rd time. Off the end of the bat, hooked on the ground to a backhanded glove. Marte flips it on to first and completes a 1-2-3-7 for a rebound. Electric player. The when he's right is as good as anybody. Reaches out and flips one into shallow left field. Witt is under it for the first out of the 7th. Off home run. Mercy rule win against Korea is 0 for 2 tonight, but he sends this ball to right center field, and Aaron Judge isn't going to get there. Wells into second with a 1-out double. Tying run and he's home with a 2-2 pitch. Perdomo laces a base at the center. Wells went back at first. He stops at third. Wells was unsure if that ball was going to get over Bobby Witt, and the way Witt. There goes Perdomo. Tatis swings and misses. Go-ahead run into scoring position with one lead in the 7th. Bednar deals. Got him! Tatis is out number 2. The 1-2 pitch. Bednar gets out of it! An escape artist for Team USA! Judge is down swinging. Elevated splitter, but he swings through it. Yeah, these WBC managing jobs are tough. And those guys have remained close. Schwarber takes the walk. He's on with 1 out. In fact, one of the first calls DeRosa got after Team USA beat Canada. Here's a 2-2. Henderson hits it on the ground to second. Marte to second 1. Perdomo to first. A double play. The Dominican. Here he comes to the 1-2. And he strikes out Soto. Drops the slider to the knees for the first out. Vlad Jr. to do it. Grounds this one back to Whitlock. Over to first, 2 out. The 1-2 pitch.
A strike longer than that last one.
Got him! Garrett Whitlock mows down the heart of the order.
Dominican out of the bullpen, and a lot of arms for the Team USA, and that so far.
Just like WBC, the only place you're going to see it. Smith. Here comes Duvall. Inside corner to get him.
As they did. Oh, this is the only chance in the history of this stadium. Look at that. And already getting a guy thrown out at third. And I'll tell you the one that to me was tight.
Along first and fair, and Guerrero to the bag to end the top of the 9th inning. Fasten those seatbelts to the 3 outs away from a trip to the championship game.
Well, there was already a really popular 2-1 score that happened.
Home of the first pitch. Caminero loads up and fouls it off, and he had one over the middle, but it was 1-0-1. He did, and he got the swing and a miss. Smith corrals down to first, 1 away. Strike 1. Julio Rodriguez takes ball 4. Tying run aboard in the 9th. Hits it harder than anybody in the sport, and has a 450-foot home run in this classic. First pitch to O'Neal Cruz, not close, popped out of Smith's glove. Tying run is in scoring position. The 2-2. Ground ball towards the middle. Witt's there. Close play in time, 2 out. Hitters in baseball. 2 out. Perdomo takes a ball. 1-0. Strike 1. Strike 2. Took a fastball right through the heart of the plate. 2 pitch. It's gone full. Tatis looming. Pop up towards the seats. We'll do it again. Big go fastball. Purdue. Fouled it again. Perdomo. Here it is. On to the championship. The United States takes down the powerhouse that is the Dominican Republic.